Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Once again, I want to apologize for not being able to do the uploads a little bit sooner. I was under the weather. Um, of course, under the weather to me has a very different meaning, but I definitely took care of that. Um, as well as many of you may know, I do private consultations and I also do workings. So I've been kind of busy with that. But here we are finishing up the last two signs. I'm doing the 5 card spread, which is all elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Earth representing earth, the material plane, finances, everything that has to do with work. And then air has to do with communication, how we will be communicating throughout the month of September, and how people will be communicating with us. And fire element is the challenge for the month, what we may have to overcome or what we have to work on through the month of September. And water, finally, has to do with emotions, love life, and relationships. And finally, Spirit's advice, which is your spiritual advice for the month of September. Once again, I do encourage all of you guys to comment below, message me or private message me, and let me know what spreads resonate best with you guys, and I will definitely do the best I can to oblige. Throughout the months, I will definitely be doing different types of spread. Also, I've been asked, why do I do live shuffles? I do the live shuffles. I can very easily cut this out because it is time consuming. Um, but I definitely don't plan, and I definitely don't. Not that I have anything against people that do that, but I personally rather uh, do all my readings and everything I do, basically do it very organically and how it flows. So therefore, I do the live shuffles when I do the readings. I hope you guys can appreciate that. And again, like I said, comment, message me, or private message me below. Let me know what you guys think of the spreads, etc. So here we go. This is going to be for Aquarius for the month of September 2016. Spirit, what are the messages for Aquarius, September 2016? Spirit, what are the messages for Aquarius, September 2016? Spirit, what are the messages for Aquarius, month of September 2016? Aquarius, Aquarius. I do encourage you guys to see your moon sign and your sun sign as well. If a reading does not resonate with you, definitely check out your moon sign because you might get more information there. Okay. Okay, and this was my last. So 2 cards came out already. So I'm going to be pulling out 3 more cards. Okay, so for your Earth sector, when it comes to finances and work, you have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is all about being optimistic, being open-minded to the opportunities that may arise, opportunities that may come to you, work-wise, or if you're on a entrepreneur type of level as well. Um, this is definitely a good card to get, especially in the Earth sector. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's water, and the child is right in the wave or inside the wave, but she's calm, she's smiling, which has to do with perhaps throughout the month of September you may feel a little overwhelmed when it comes to work and in your finances. Probably being a little bit overworked or working a little bit more than you usually will or usually do. But the Page of Cups is definitely a good energy. It's definitely saying you will be able to tame the beast. You will be able um, to find the center and common ground when it comes to your professional and your private life, as well as new opportunities coming for you guys. For those of you guys who are currently not employed but are looking, now is the time to look for a job opportunity. With the Page of Cups, all possibilities are open. It's definitely a good omen for those of you guys who are currently not employed and are looking for a job. There may be an opportunity coming to you. This opportunity may come from a water sign, is Cancer, Scorpio, um, or Pisces person. It's a younger person. It may be younger than you. Um, but this person, or they may also, because it is a general reading, it may also be, a mature person that has the qualities or attributes that of a child, playful, very optimistic, very outgoing. Um, and like I said, for those of you who are currently not employed, this is definitely the time to start uh, looking for a job. Perhaps within the at the middle of the month of September, there will be definitely an opportunity coming into you guys, some type of form of communication that has to do with your work and finances. Okay. For those of you who are currently working, again, the same message applies. There may be at the middle of the month, if not till the end of the month of September, there's definitely an opportunity for growth and advancement that's going to come to you guys um, this month. Okay, with the Page of Cups. So keep an eye out for that. Definitely, there's an invitation or some type of offer coming into your table or being put on your table that has to do with work and your finances. So it can be something as someone comes to you asking you if you would like to start a new business or do side jobs, on the side, of course. That's definitely going to open the door to more income coming in for you guys for the month of September, going all the way to the beginning of October. Okay. So for your communication and how people will communicate with you throughout the month of September, you have the Ace of Wands. And all aces are new beginnings, but definitely with the wands, it's a fire energy. So there's going to be um, some type of um, some type of form of communication, whether it's through texting or communication on, telephone or whatnot, with the fire sign. Fire signs are Sagittarius, Leos, and Aries. And this person uh, that will be prominent in the month of September also can also mean. Sorry, I'm getting this message. Okay, so it can be a person within your family circle that you're going to be perhaps throughout the previous months there hadn't been much communication with this person, this fire sign. But through the month of September, to the beginning of September all the way to the middle of September, there's going to be a lot of communication coming in, and with this communication coming in, it can also represent the person or the offer that's being given to you for to increase your income or to make more money. Um, like I said, the aces are all about new beginnings. So, like again, like I said, for those of you who are not employed, definitely by the middle of September, you guys are definitely going to start working by then, because there is an offer being given to you guys, and it has to do with work. It has to do with on a professional level. So definitely keep an eye out for that. Let me know how that goes. I'm kind of interested. For those of you who are currently employed, like I said, there's still going to be some type of communication. With perhaps even a beginning of a new relationship, or the start off of a new relationship with a fire sign. Like I said, fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, and it's like the just the beginning of it. So there's gonna be a lot of communication, like I said, a lot of communication, a lot of I guess getting to know each other or whatnot. And because the Page of Cups is all about like an offer being made to you, um, and then having the Ace for communication. So there's definitely a new person. It can be a new person coming into your life as well, um, and it's a new person that, like I said, it's the brink of the beginning. It's something new. There's newness to it. So definitely be aware of that. Okay. Now, for your challenge, you have the Empress, and the Empress is all about fertility, it's all about growth, it's all about abundance. If it's coming up as a challenge for the month of September for you, Aquarius, then the challenge is to tap into your creativity, to tap into that side of you, or that intuitive side that brings opportunities. Perhaps you are fond of painting, perhaps you are fond of writing, whatever it is that you stop doing, uh, probably in a time span of about 6 months that you stop doing or whatnot. The Empress, as a challenge, is coming up and it's telling you, you need to tap into your creativity. You need to tap into what it is that makes your soul dance, that makes your soul happy. And the reason for that is because perhaps you've been so consumed with work, you've been overwhelmed with work, that you've kind of forgotten to do things, I guess, on a more pleasurable, leisure type of feel. So definitely with the Empress, again, also this is also telling you or asking you, you need to be or learn to be a little bit more nurturing, because the Empress is all about fertility, like I said, uh, being the nurturer, being the loving type. But it is coming up as a challenge. So perhaps it's the opposite. Perhaps you've been a little bit distant, a little bit cold with your kids. Perhaps you're not communicating much with them. Perhaps you are a little bit on the cold shoulder in your relationship with the person you're with. So the Empress is inviting you to understand that sometimes it is necessary, in order for us to have balance in our lives, uh, to also, even if you're masculine, to also tap into your feminine energy, which is that of being a little bit more passive, more understanding, more loving, more caring. So it is definitely encouraging you to tap into that and to actually bring that out, like I said, with your kids, with your family. Um, and all that. More than anything, it's encouraging you guys, for the month of September, all the way to the ending of September, to be more loving and understanding when it comes to your family, your relatives, your loved ones, and your children. Okay? So finally, you have the challenge, or sorry, finally, you have, when it comes to love, in the love sector, you have the shadow side. And the shadow side is all about, the shadow side is a representation of the Raider deck, the devil. So if you're in a relationship, or you're currently in a relationship, perhaps it's time you ask yourself what it is that you're obsessing about, or what is your partner obsessing about. There's some type of connection that is, what's the toxic, there's some type of toxic relationship that you have in your life, or perhaps for those of you guys who are single, perhaps you've been broken up for a while with your ex, but there's some type of obsessive behavior there that is still resonating to you. So, you know again, like I said, the devil is all about being obsessed, whether it's alcohol, whether it's drugs, or whether it's obsessed, like sexually, sexual obsession. Um, so this coming up, the shadow side coming up, it's definitely asking you, what is it that you fear the most, and at that, what is it that you're doing to overcome it? You see this picture, it's depicted, it's like the devil, and he's pretty much, covering his eyes, he doesn't want to see. And then there's a girl right here in the background who's hiding from this entity. So it's like they're not wanting to see it, but the fact of you not wanting to see, or the fact of you not looking at the situation for what really it is, what you're doing is you're avoiding, and you're giving more power, or you're giving more strength to that of your fear, because you're not facing it. So again, like I said, for those of you guys who are in a relationship, it's time for you guys to ask yourself, is this the person that's right for you? What obsessive behaviors do you have, or what obsessive behaviors does the person you're with have, that is very toxic in the relationship? Now, for those of you who are single, again, the same message applies. What is it that you're doing that is self sabotaging you to be in a normal, steady, stable relationship? What is it that you're not wanting to see within you, or the persons that you genuinely tend to fall for? What common grounds do they have, or what it is that you're doing that you're not wanting to accept or you're not wanting to see. Okay. Some of us, when it comes to relationships, if you look at your past, we usually have, we're human. Therefore, we are creatures of habit. And we tend to fall into these relationships. And if you look at your past relationships, you'd be surprised how close all the people you've dated come, how close they come to each other. And what I mean by that is you'd be surprised, either they're physically looking the same, or there's something in their character that most all the people you've dated have, or the type or the way they treat you. There is some type of behavior that is hard to break. And what this card is saying is basically it's time for you to stop self sabotaging yourself, look at things for what they really are, and analyze what it is that you want, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get it, or don't be afraid to give yourself the opportunity of being with someone that doesn't fall to your general type of person, whether it's male or female, that you're attracted to, because perhaps that's the reason why you're not in a stable relationship. Okay. And it, applies the same thing if you're in a relationship. You may be in a relationship, but are you really happy in the relationship you're in? Or what type of obsessive behavior is there in that relationship that usually follows you from your previous relationships? Okay. So finally, your spirit's advice or your spiritual advice, you have the Emperor. So the Emperor is all about structure. It's all about being the man of the house, having the stability, having the strength and the character, to be the provider in the family. And as a spiritual advice, the Emperor usually to me talks to me about a father figure. Okay. Um, it can be a father figure, or it can be like a very close relative that passed away. But it's as a spiritual advice, or in the spiritual spread, or card, I should say. Um, there is definitely a male father figure coming around you, and it's on a spiritual plane. So, like I said, it can represent an uncle, it can represent a cousin, it can represent uh, your father, your grandfather, someone that's passed away that was a father figure to you. Okay, so it's coming up in the spiritual advice. So if you feel some type of energy, or if you feel like there's messages being given to you, or um, you're being guided in a very different way that you would usually. Let me give you an example. If you're driving down the freeway and something in you, your intuition kicks in, and it tells you, or you feel like, oh, maybe I should take the next route. So instead of taking your normal usual route, you take, you know, an ultimate or an ultimatum route. You take a different route, and then you realize on the radio, or when you get to where you're going, you realize that there is an accident um, in the route you were initially going to take. So that's definitely that father figure guiding you on a spiritual realm. There is a father figure that is guiding you, that is overseeing you and your family, that they're making sure that you're fine. And like I said, pay very close attention to your dreams as well. Um, I know Aquarian people can be very intuitive as well. So definitely pay close attention to that, because there's definitely spiritual messages coming through for the month of September. Okay? So I hope this reading helped you guys. Again, like I said, let me know what spreads you guys prefer, which ones resonate best with you guys. Um, your feedback is always encouraged, and I truly appreciate it. I wish you guys the very best, and have a happy September. Bye bye.